Strength squad. Strength squad. I am smoked. From my lower body session yesterday, the sumo deadlift one, and yeah, it was a tough day today, but I just finished working and I'm glad. I ate 2 meals so far, my standard meals, and I'm about to eat after doing my vlog right now. Third one, maybe fourth one right before going to bed, according to what my body's telling me, whether I'm hungry or not. I'm enjoying my glass of wine. Cheers. And yeah, I have not done any mobilization yet, but I will do so while watching Netflix. I'm planning on mobilizing my smashing my lats to work on my overhead mobility because I'm planning to do a overhead press session tomorrow because I have to bring up my overhead press because of the Missing Strength Wars battle on May 11th. Don't miss it out. And yeah, today no video editing, nothing fancy. I just want to get my vlog out. I do like the experience, but spending every time an hour or two on editing the videos is, yeah, it's a lot of time. So I have to minimize that if I want to keep enjoying my life. Nutrition wise, diet on track, mobilization afterwards. Today's an off day, I really need it. And today's topic goes together well with the topic of recovery. And especially I want to talk with you about frequency today. Uh, Total volume, frequency, and very general. But I've made the experience when talking to athletes that they just been training 4 times a week because the coach or the training plan routine says so, and they never questioned it. And I highly recommend you to encourage you to play around with your training frequency. What do I mean by that? I trained for quite a while for used to train 4 times a week, pretty standard, 2 upper and 2 lower sessions. The good side on that was that my training sessions were a bit shorter, but I was constantly a bit tired, wired out, and never had like a day or seldom were the days where I felt explosive and everything was just great. Then I decided to reduce to cut back to 3 times a week. What happened then is because I do a lot of or do more stabilization work, mobilization, stuff like that. The training routines per se are longer. They take anywhere between 2 and 3 hours, especially when doing lower body workouts. But since training 3 times a week, I feel much better, even though my training sessions last longer. So I feel it especially in a deadlift while warming up. I can immediately tell while warming up if it's going to be a good or bad day. And I wrote about this in the past a few weeks ago, the deadlift frequency, and I read it about many times that especially when you deadlift heavy, that a week rest isn't enough for most guys. So I've heard and read about it many times until I decided to give it a try. And what I did is I played around with frequency. I extended 6-7 day rest to 9 to 10 rest period, and my deadlift exploded. I was able to put 15 kilo on my PR very fast and very easy. if I'm honest. And so don't blindly follow a training routine just because it says so. I really want to encourage you to try stuff out because you will find the sweet spot over a period of time. And this is the abilities of an athlete are very, very, how you can say it, personal, or they're not every athlete recovers as fast as the other. So I know athletes that they can handle a shitload of volume while others can't, and you have to train according to your recovery abilities. So the thing is, there no coach in the world can tell you right from scratch how much you can handle. You only can find it out by trying. I suggest switch around. Of course, more than just a week, but like for at least 4 to 6 weeks, switch from play around from 4 uh, training sessions per week to 3 weekly sessions. If you feel great with 4 or 5 weekly sessions, go ahead. But I made the experience as a coach in the last, especially in the last 2 years, that many of my students felt better when reducing from a 5 or 4 day routine to a 4 or 3 day routine by cutting back. So yeah, you really there's no way around trying it out. And well, that also makes it kind of interesting for me as a coach to see and find out every student athlete of mine how much they can handle, and where's this sweet spot for them to perform at their absolute best while also enjoying life outside gym, because I've been there and I've done that. When you just really feel like shit all the time, you have trouble sleeping, and I'm not going into overtrained blah blah blah, but you really feel like shit most time, and it's not fun, guys. And let me ask you something. If you can make progress, the same or even better progress, with less training or less time in the gym, then why spend more time? Why do the additional work? I mean, let's say you used to work out 4 times a week and you then cut back to 3 times a week and you feel better. That's more or less an hour or two additional that you have every week that you could spend doing something else, spending time with your loved ones, learn a new language. I have no idea, I don't care, but don't underestimate that aspect as well. So a lot of rambling in this random rambling in this video, but I hope that you could take somewhat from it. And yeah, so take home message: day 9, experiment with the frequency and amount of training sessions you have per week. You will find the sweet spot pretty quick. And the funny thing is also that the sweet spot changes over time. So maybe you can't handle the same amount of training volume, frequency, and whatnot as 20 years ago if you train for that long, or the other way around. Maybe you sleep better, or your quality of sleep improved compared to 5 years ago. That's why you can handle more training frequency. So guys, anyways, let me know down below if you appreciate this kind of video. It makes everything a bit more complicated because I can't give you like a big standard plan, one size fits it all solutions for everyone. But hey, I'm trying to help you, and to be honest, every coach that tells you otherwise, that he has like the one size fits all solution, he just wants your money. Insider tip. And yeah, guys, see you tomorrow. fresh and fly, hopefully.